The member from Scott.
Here we go. Pay attention here.
For what purpose do you seek recognition?
Doesn't sound like his microphone's working. So right now, Mortensen is bringing up the fact that they've been ignoring his resolution, that they're not putting it in his order of business. I don't know why their shocking, their microphone's not working. So he's asking the speaker on a point of order to take up the motion, or he's motioning to take up the resolution to end Walz Emergency Powers. So this is the first time he's spoken on the House floor. Erik Mortensen, you can't hear him right now. I'm sorry. His microphone doesn't seem to be working. Shocking, right? Shocking that their microphone wouldn't work. But he's right now making a point of order because his resolution was ignored yesterday. And, of course, I've gone through resolutions.
Point of order not well taken.
He's going to challenge the ruling of the chair now.
Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker.
Representative Dowd.
I move to appeal the ruling of the Speaker, and I request a roll call vote.
Here we go. So now we got a roll call vote and this. So that's Kurt Dowd.
To announcements, but I was moving quickly because I didn't think anybody was.
Here we go. So this caught her off guard.
We will rescind the motion of going on to announcements, and I will recognize your request to appeal the ruling of the.
So they're
Speaker.
appealing the ruling of the chair right now.
Do you have advice?
Actually, this is just a motion to the body, so it's not actually advice, but I would certainly invite Representative Mortensen to speak to the body on why he thinks it's important.
Representative Truskowski.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, Representative Mortensen, for bringing the resolution. Madam Speaker, members, we are in a precarious situation here in Minnesota. For the past 8 months now, we have offered urgencies before this body because of the urgency with the governor's peacetime emergency orders that he has. We haven't had a chance to address that yet. And I think many people here in the body are eager to get.
Is the volume good for everybody? Let me know if the volume's good. Mort's microphone did not work. Shocker.
The majority, there were at least 6 members during the previous biennium in those special sessions that voted for very similar motions to that Representative Mortensen is bringing here today. They sought an urgency because of the urgent conditions that are going on in this state. And therefore, members, we are in a different situation that yet the Rules Committee has yet to meet, so we don't have any temporary rules before this body. But I understand that the custom and usage is, and the direction from the chief clerk is that in the past, what happens in the absence of rules is that we revert back.
Looks like I got to turn up a little bit. 1
rules.
second.
And the previous rules suggest that members, when
could be that Draz just got a soft voice.
Resolution into the hopper,
if you're just tuning in right now, folks, Erik Mortensen, his first time speaking on the Minnesota House floor, made a motion to bring up the resolution to end Walz's powers. Pretty badass, in my opinion.
That there is an effort that is going to be coming before the Rules Committee over the next
Listen to this.
2 days to change what is the majority vote required in rules right now to take Representative Mortensen's resolution that would otherwise or will when this normal process, Madam Speaker, happens, and it's referred to committee. Upon that happening, it normally in our rules that we are operating under today because of what Mason says, and would be under our yet to be adopted temporary rules. If that provision in the temporary rules was not changed, we would expect that it would take a majority vote, Madam Speaker, to bring Representative Mortensen's motion to the House floor. But members, I understand that the majority is not interested in that, but instead they would like to shut down the opportunity, the voices of Minnesotans that are too declaring an urgency to this non-emergency that Governor Walz has placed upon many businesses and individuals and families in our states, young kids that are trying to participate in athletics, etc. So, Madam Speaker, members, I would encourage you to not support the chair's decision and support the appeal for the decision of the chair so that we can have a chance to get this vote done.
Yes.
Members,
Get it done
get
now.
this behind
Get it done now.
us. Get the governor's
This is the vote right here, folks. Democrats,
emergency
Republicans
powers
vote to
lifted,
appeal the speaker's ruling here. Let's hear this. Let's hear this actual resolution.
Members, as I have pointed in the past, provision in statute that is called a legislative veto, which is what we are entertaining here with the content of this motion before us, Madam Speaker. So, Madam Speaker, that's my advice. I would encourage people to support Representative Dowd's motion to appeal your decision. And I thank you, members and Madam Speaker.
Representative Winkler.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
This is the Socialist Democrat Majority Leader.
This is helpful for everybody who is new here.
He's gonna say this is out of order.
Raised a point of order. The Speaker ruled his point of order not well taken, meaning his point of order was in error. And Representative Dowd rose to appeal the Speaker's ruling and is essentially asking the members of the House to decide that the Speaker of the House was wrong in her parliamentary.
She was wrong in a parliamentary. They ignored the rules.
We can, of
That's
course,
why they didn't have the
forgive
resolution ready.
Representative Mortensen for his unawareness of the House rules on the very first day of session.
We knew that he was going to say that.
Other members who've been here
That's how they think about you and I. Oh, so condescending. We don't understand the rules.
Under the agenda for today, as you have read through it or have sat here and experienced it, there has been no introduction and first readings of bills or resolutions.
Right, because you guys didn't allow this.
Essentially making a motion or calling a point of order saying that somebody should have got some paper from a bin in the state office building and brought it over here earlier. That didn't happen, and it was not intended to happen.
Because you guys didn't do it. You didn't do your job required by the rules.
To all members stating that there will be no bill introductions today.
Doesn't matter. You got to follow the rules.
Point of order to object to the fact that those bills were not introduced would be on Thursday. On Thursday, that point of order or a motion to take up such a motion would be in order. Today, it is not in order. So, members, if you want to make a mockery of the institution on the very first day and make up points of order and make up motions, and Representative Mortensen, you are new, so I'm not accusing you of that. But if you want to make a mockery of the institution and claim that we want to operate by regular order, and
what a condescending prick. Condescending prick.
Emergency orders, then I would recommend following the rules of the House of Representatives.
We are keeping score here.
To uphold
These guys are out of line. They didn't bring this up on the agenda today.
Representative Dowd.
Here we go.
Thank you, Madam Speaker and members, and I appreciate the Majority Leader's opinion there. We just listened to the Majority Leader, in fact, make multiple resolutions and offer those resolutions that were then adopted here, and those resolutions were in order. We have a brand new member of the House of Representatives, Representative Mortensen, duly elected member, with the equal stature of Representative Winkler. We all know that every member of the House of Representatives has an ability to offer a resolution here on the House floor, and we have a member who wants to offer a resolution. It is impossible for the Speaker of the House to say that a resolution offered by a member of this body is out of order.
Right.
When we had another member of this body,
especially when he did the rules,
offer 5 or 6 resolutions that were in order.
You following this, folks?
It is not very welcoming of a new member of this body to tell him that his opinion and his resolutions are not welcome here in this chamber. Now, I asked him to simply put his resolution in writing, write the word resolution at the top, put his name on it, and turn it in at the front desk. And then he will have followed the same procedure that Representative Winkler did when Representative Winkler's resolutions came duly before this body and were very obviously in order. So we don't have a different set of rules for different members of this body.
That's right. Do not.
And while I didn't plan
but the Democrats wanted to ignore the fact that he introduced this 24 hours in advance.
It's very obvious to me as a member of this chamber and as a former Speaker of the House that a resolution by a member of this body is absolutely in order, just as it has been 5 times today. So I would ask that we all welcome our new member of the Minnesota House of Representatives by saying, yes, your motion is in order, and we will take up your resolution here and today.
Representative Mortensen, closing argument.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I would echo Representative Dowd's comments that we've already heard many resolutions this morning. And I want to go back and echo your comments, Madam Speaker, about unity. And I can think of no greater way of unifying a Democrat-controlled House and a Republican-controlled Senate than by reinstating and reasserting the legislature's constitutional role in our government by ending the emergency powers.
You guys helped get that guy elected. What a
Those
champ.
in favor
It's a roll call vote.
of the appeal of the ruling of the speaker.
It was
Please say
a roll call was
Point of
requested.
parliamentary inquiry.
Roll call was requested.
If you,
Before you vote, there's a parliamentary inquiry. Representative Doubt.
if you could just very clearly remind the body what a yes and a no vote means for this one, I would appreciate it. And I have requested a roll call
Yes,
vote.
there was a roll call vote requested.
I'm sorry, I did not hear your request for a roll call.
I did. at
Well,
the very
I
beginning.
did. I heard it.
Madam Speaker, actually, Representative Mortensen also asked for roll call vote.
A roll call having been requested, are there 15
15
hands?
people need to raise their hand right now or on Zoom, notify them or email them. I don't know what their procedure is in 2021. This is really key.
There are 15
There are
hands.
15
There
hands, so
will
we're
be
going
a
to know
roll call.
exactly.
The
Sandsteed,
question before the
Eklund,
body is,
Marquardt.
shall the
How are you guys
decision
going to
of the
vote on this?
Speaker
Dave
stand
Lizagard,
as
are
the
you going to
judgment of the
stand
House? A
against
yes
Minnesotans
or
right
a
now?
no
This is why it's
supports
so
the ruling of
key.
the Speaker,
And thank
and a
you,
no
Mortensen,
or
for
a
doing
vote
this.
Goes against the ruling of the Speaker. The clerk will take the roll.
Acom.
Acom, aye.
So we want nay.
Aye. Agbajay.
Badger, aye.
Agbajay, aye. Ackland. Ackland, no. Albright.
Albright, no.
Albright, no. Anderson.
Anderson, no.
Anderson, no. Backer.
Backer, no.
Backer, no. Bonner.
Bonner, aye.
Bonner, aye. Barr.
Barr, no.
Barr, no. Baker.
Baker, no.
Baker, no. Becker, Finn.
Becker, Finn, aye.
Becker, Finn, aye. Bennett.
Bennett, no.
Bennett, no. Berg.
Berg, aye.
Berg, aye. Bernardi.
Bernardi, aye.
Bernardi, aye. Bierman.
German, aye.
Bierman, aye. Bliss.
No.
Bliss, no. Bow.
Bow, no.
Bow, no. Bolden.
Bolden, aye.
Bolden, aye. Burkle. Burkle, no. Carlson.
Carlson, aye.
Carlson, aye. Christensen.
Christensen, aye.
Christensen, aye. Daniels.
Daniels, no.
Daniels, no. Doubt. Doubt, no. Davids.
Davids, no.
Davids, no. Davney.
Daphne, aye.
Davney, aye. Damuth.
Okay, we're getting close to the first
Damuth,
Democrat.
No. Detmer.
Eklund, is Eklund going to vote yes or no?
Detmer, no. Drazkowski. Drazkowski, no.
We want Eklund to vote no.
Eklund, aye.
Okay,
Eklund,
Eklund's against
aye.
the people of
Ellison.
Minnesota.
Edelson, aye.
Edelson, aye. Elkins.
Elkins, aye.
Elkins,
Pressure
aye.
campaign against
Erickson.
Eklund. We're going to let every voter in his district know about
Erickson,
this.
No. Feist.
Feist, aye.
Feist, aye. Fisher.
Fisher, aye.
Fisher, aye. Frankie. Frankie, no. Franzen.
Franson, no.
Franzen, no. Frazier.
Frazier, aye.
Frazier, aye. Frederick.
Frederick, aye.
Frederick, aye. Freiberg.
Freiberg, aye.
Freiberg, aye. Garofalo.
Ruffalo, no.
Garofalo, no. Gomez. Gomez. Green.
Green, no.
Green, no. Greenman.
Inman, aye.
Greenman, aye. Grunhagen.
Grunegan, no.
Grunhagen, no. Haley.
Haley, no.
Haley, no. Hamilton.
Hamilton, no.
Hamilton, no. Hanson, R.
Hanson, R, aye.
Hanson, R, I. Hanson, J.
Hanson, J, aye.
Hanson, J, I. Hassan. Hassan.
Hassan, aye.
Hassan, I. Hausman.
Hausman, aye.
Hausman, I. Heinrich.
Heinrich, no.
Heinrich, no. Heinzman.
Heinzman, no.
Heinzman,
Remember, we want no
Her.
here.
Her, I. Hertas.
Josh, no.
Hertas, no. Hollins.
Hollins, I.
Hollins, aye. Hornstein.
Hornstein, I.
Hornstein, aye. Howard.
Howard, I.
Howard, aye. Hewitt.
Hewitt, I.
Hewitt, aye. Igo. Igo, no. Johnson.
Johnson, no.
Johnson, no. Jurgens. Jordan.
Jordan, I.
Jordan, aye. Jurgens.
Jurgens, no.
Jurgens, no.
The question is, why is it no? It's because
Keeler,
this is
aye.
to uphold the
Keeler.
ruling of the chair. The chair ruled this out of order, so we want to say that the chair, the speaker, is wrong. That's why it's a no vote. So no's are good here.
Hagel, I.
Kegel, aye. Katiza,
Sorry, it's confusing. I understand.
Teaser with 2 and I.
It's confusing to me too.
Aye.
I don't
Cosnick.
think I'm some genius.
Cosmic, no.
I just got a good team. The team's telling me what to say.
Krishaw, no.
Krishaw, no. Lee.
Lee, I.
Lee, aye. Liebling.
Liebling, I.
Liebling, aye. Lilly.
Lily, I.
Lilly, aye. Lippert.
Lippert, I.
Lippert, aye.
Lizagard's the big one here.
Listlegard, I.
Lizagard.
Aye.
He's going to feel the pressure here.
I.
Let everyone in his district know how he voted today.
Cheryl, no.
How's Markworth going to vote?
No. Lewick.
Lewick, no.
Lewick, no.
Markworth coming up.
Mariani, aye. Markford.
Marquardt, I.
Markworth against the people as well here.
Mason,
This is
I.
insane. So listen,
McDonald.
these people are going to feel the pain coming because they're voting against their people here. They're obstructing the process and not allowing a clean vote on ending Walz Emergency Powers.
Miller, no. Moeller.
And they're a bunch of frauds, by the way, too. Have voted in the past to end Walz's power.
Moran, aye. Morrison.
Morrison, I.
Morrison, aye. Mortensen. Mortensen, no. Mueller. Mueller, no. Munson.
Munson, no.
Munson, no. Murphy.
Murphy, I.
Murphy, aye. Nash.
Nash, no.
Nash, no. Nelson, M.
Nelson, M, I.
Nelson, M, I. Nelson, N.
Nelson, M, no.
Nelson, N, no. New Brindley. New Brindley, no. Nor.
Nor, I.
Nor, I. Novotny. Novotny.
Body, I.
Novotny, I. O'Driscoll.
O'Driscoll, no.
O'Driscoll, no. Olson B. Olson B, no. Olson L. Olson L, I. O'Neill.
O'Neill, no.
O'Neill, no. Pulowski.
Pulowski, I.
Pulowski,
Lowski
aye.
as well.
Petersburg.
Your people are going to hear about this.
Petersburg, no.
Petersburg, no. Farr. Farr, no. Pearson.
Pearson, no.
Pearson, no. Pinto.
Pinto, I.
Pinto, I. Poston.
Poston, no.
Poston, no. Pryor.
Pryor, I.
Pryor, I. Quam.
Guam, no.
Quam, no. Raleigh. Raleigh, no. Rasmussen. Rasmussen, no. Ryer.
Ryer, I.
Ryer, I. Richardson.
Richardson, I.
Richardson, I. Robbins.
Robbins, no.
Robbins, no. Sandell.
Sandell, I.
Sandell, I. Sandsted.
Sandsted, I.
Sandsted, I.
Sandsted,
Schumacher.
once again, another one that has failed us.
Schumacher, no. Schultz.
How about Sunding?
Schultz, I.
Sunding's voted in the
Aye.
past.
Scott.
How's Sunding going to vote?
Scott, no.
Scott, no. Stevenson.
Stevenson, I.
Stevenson, I. Sundin.
Lundeen, I.
Sundin, I. Swazinski.
Swazinski, no.
Swazinski, no. Tice. Tice. Thompson.
Thompson, I.
Thompson, I. Torkelson.
Let's burn down Hugo Thompson there.
Olson, no.
Torkelson, no. Erdahl.
Erdahl, no.
Erdahl, no. Vang.
Bang, I.
Vang, I. Wozlowick.
Wozlowick, I.
Wozlowick, I. West. West.
Winkler. Winkler, aye. Wolgamott. Wolgamott, aye. Zhang Jie. Zhang Jie, aye. Zhang T.
Zhang T. Aye.
Zhang T, aye. Joachim.
Senator Josh Hawley's home last night.
Joachim.
Joachim, I.
Joachim, aye. Speaker Hortman. Speaker Hortman, aye. Gomez.
I think she shouldn't be able to vote for that.
Gomez, I.
Gomez, aye. Tice.
Tice, I.
Tice, aye. West.
West, no.
West,
Tice voted aye?
no.
Please recall Novotny.
Novotny.
Novotny, no.
Novotny changes from aye to nay.
Tice changes from aye to nay.
There you go.
Tice changes from aye to nay.
Pulowski, Marquardt, Eklund, Lizagard, Sundin, Sandstad. You guys are frauds. Frauds for voting against this. Right here. You frauds voted all those guys, 6 of them, voted to end Walz Emergency Powers when it didn't matter. Now it matters, and they were against their constituents and their voters. We're going to make sure every single voter in their district knows about that. And we're not leaving, by the way. We're going to be here right back at this again because this matters, folks. We cannot have one person making all the rules in Minnesota, especially when they're talking about throwing people like Larvita in jail, Lisa Monet down in Lakeville in jail for what? Opening their business, right? Like that is some travesty to this state and this country. So these people are obstructing the process, the political process. They won't even give you a vote on it. And Julie Sandstein and Paul Marquardt and Gene Pulowski, Dave Lizagard, Mike Sundin, Rob Eklund were a bunch of frauds today, changing their vote when it finally mattered, and no longer wants to be on the right side of this issue.
There being 70 ayes and 63 nays, it is the judgment of the House that the decision of the Speaker shall stand.
Now that's very impressive for Mortensen to bring this up here.
Madam Speaker,
Day one. Let me see what.
we have a resolution at the desk now.
Representative Mortensen, you need to be recognized in order to speak. Please hold on for a minute.
Wait 1 second here. So they're really throwing a curveball here.
Representative Mortensen, for what purpose do you rise?
To move the resolution that we have on the desk.
Representative Mortensen, your resolution at the desk must be here for 24 hours before it is introduced. Next order of business.
Point of parliamentary inquiry, Madam Speaker.
Representative Doubt, please state your point of
Still interesting
parliamentary
here.
inquiry.
Yeah, based on what does that resolution need to be at the front desk 24 hours ahead of time? And can we see evidence that the resolutions that were presented here in front of the body were here at the desk 24 hours ahead of time? I just think it's insincere that we treat members and their resolutions.
By the way,
differently.
Mortensen had this thing 24 hours in advance, the way that was supposed to go in the hopper. So you see these games that Democrats are playing?
Representative Doubt, the other resolutions that we took up today relate to the organization of the Minnesota House of Representatives. Other resolutions are introduced in the hopper. And as you're familiar, it is often the custom and usage of the House of Representatives that the hopper is not open on the first day. Representative Doubt.
Madam Speaker, that's not my understanding. And I think the history has been that the hopper has been open on the first day and that bill introductions do happen on the first day. But my question really was, what rule are you referencing when you say a resolution needed to be at the front desk 24 hours ahead of time? And by the way, our House rules have not been adopted yet. So please don't reference something in the House rules.
What is that, a yellow pad? They're making things up now.
Representative Doubt, Mason Section 39 provides that the rules of a legislative body, when prior to
Making things up.
new rules
Making
being
things up.
adopted, are governed by the custom and usage of the body as it existed in the previous organization. The best evidence of the custom and usage of the rules of the House during the previous organization are the rules of the House during the previous session. Previous session rule 1.10, introduction of bills and resolutions, states a bill or resolution must be submitted to the speaker at least 24 hours before the convening of the daily session, at
Which it was
which
done.
is to be introduced.
Which it was-
Representative Dowd.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. If I'd have you just repeat the Masons reference again, but before I do that, I just also like to remind you, your majority chose not to adopt House rules, so those are not in effect. I understand that custom and usage of this body is in effect, and custom and usage would certainly cite what our previous rules were, but you made a strategic decision not to bring up a rules discussion today on the House floor.
Parliamentary inquiry,
so those
Madam
are not
Speaker.
there, but I would also
Does the House stand at this moment?
we're under a point of parliamentary inquiry by myself to the Speaker right now, so I'd appreciate if you wouldn't interrupt. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Representative
If you could
Representative
answer my
Parliamentary
question.
inquiry.
Representative Winkler.
Madam Speaker, I move that when the House adjourns today, it adjourns until 12 noon Thursday,
Okay, so he's going to try to end this right now and
I
stop
will
the
dispense
pain.
with the point of order that Representative Dowd has